This video is going to be active range of motion exercises with external resistance for the neck. We're going to go through a couple of options here. The first one I'm going to demonstrate is with a tube band. Now I got these bands on Amazon. We'll put the link in the description of this video. They can be used for a lot of different various exercises. They come with a couple of different attachments. I took two of the attachments that most likely are usually used for like ankles or extremities and patched them together to wrap around the head just as a kind of makeshift head harness. And then in this particular demonstration, I'm showing lateral flexion going to the right with the resistance coming from the left. You could increase or decrease resistance by changing out the resistance of the band and or moving your body away from the item that you've attached the band to. Either could increase resistance. I've now switched to rotation, looking left. And so as I'm looking left, the resistance is coming from the right side of my body. And then I'll kind of move this around and change directions. I do think I've not had the chance to use the iron neck yet. I probably will purchase one in the future, maybe do an updated video. I do think that is where the iron neck may come in handy, is the ease of transitioning between movements and changing out resistance without having to mess with these Velcro bands that I'm using here in this video. And then the final one's going to be going through flexion with the resistance coming from behind the head, taking the chin to the chest, and then controlling it as it pulls you back into extension. Again, two options to change up resistance here, changing out the resistance of the band and also moving your body away from the object that you're using to stabilize the band. For a more low tech option, you could just simply take a TheraBand and wrap it around. So I'm doing lateral flexion here to the left, and I'm having the resistance from the right, and now I'm switching over from resistance from the left, and I'm gonna do lateral flexion to the right. To increase or decrease resistance here, you could pull harder with the opposite hand and or change out the band resistance that you're using. This one's a little more difficult to keep the band in place, but it's likely more accessible to most people just to get a TheraBand. And we'll go to rotation next. So again, if I'm looking left, the resistance is coming from the right side of my body. And now looking right, with resistance coming from the left side of my body. So that's the lateral flexion and rotation. It's a little harder to do that with the band with flexion without stabilizing it. You can also pick up a harness. I'll put the link for this harness in the show notes as well. And this is going to be a link to Amazon. And going through resisted flexion and extension, I have a 5-pound plate here. You could also use kettlebells.